may have heard that baseball was invented by a guy named Abner Doubleday. That's not true. That's not true. That's actually been debunked. In 1845, a fellow named Alexander Cartwright established a lot of the rules of what we call today baseball. One of the main rules, well, one of the rules was that it used to be to get a runner out, you threw the ball at him, and if you hit him, he was out. If you missed him, he was safe. I'm glad they took that out. That's not a rule anymore. But the rule I want to talk about, it's been the same ever since the beginning, is home plate. 17 inches wide. That rule hasn't changed since the beginning. Do you know how wide home plate is for Little League? 17 inches. High school, 17 inches. Minor leagues, 17 inches. Major leagues, 17 inches. Get the point. When a pitcher, an aspiring pitcher, wants to be successful, he's got to learn to throw that ball within those 17 inches. Doesn't matter whether he's in Little League or Major League, he's got to get it within that 17 inches. In the beginning, like in Little League and even up through high school, if he can't get it there, they work with him, they coach him, and they try to get him to be able to throw that ball within those 17 inches. But if he can't, then he's either going to be a left fielder, shortstop, something else, but he ain't going to be a pitcher. What they don't do is say, well, you can't get it in 17 inches, so we'll make the plate 20 inches for you. They don't do that. They don't do that in any league. The pitcher has to conform to the standard. Right? Makes sense. Standard remains the same no matter what league they play in. I want you to consider where our culture is today. Where we find ourselves. A culture that wants to lower the standards. A culture that says truth should change depending on how you feel. If we're honest, some of us Christians fall into that sometimes too. See, but God has never widened the plate. It's always been 17 inches for God. It's always been 17 inches for baseball. This coming Independence Day here in America, we don't need to widen the plate. We need to maintain the standard. Return to what made us great. And it's not any politician or political party. What made us great is God.
Amen.